final stage of whoredom is religion. What? Oh, religion's next. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just saying.
It's not a lie drill. Yeah, it's not a fire drill. It's a real thing. Yeah.
It is evident I do better when I feel like the world against me and think I should.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
Be in the house.
When S-Bar was free for everybody to 12.
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night.
You don't have a little
Our
kid.
game tonight featuring the Toronto Raptors as they go up against the Boston Celtics. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jason Tatum.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Smooth out there with White, and it's Porzingis in at center, locking down the middle. And for Toronto, Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Emmanuel quickly out there with Dennis Schroeder, and it's Barrett at the 3, the small forward. All right, we're in the middle of the season here, Greg. How do you stay engaged at this time of the year?
Honestly, Kevin, it can be hard. The schedule is so daunting, and there's really no time to reset. So spending your off days recharging, I think, is important.
Here's Tyler. Tatum kicks to Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. A nice shot by Tyler.
Always feels good getting that first one in the bank.
And will that get him rolling? Will it get his team rolling? This should be an interesting night.
Now here's Barnes. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Here's Boston now. Their last encounter was in Boston.
Yeah, and that one, unbelievable shooting display, especially from long range. That turned out to be the difference.
Well, and I think what that was a product of was their movement off the basketball. Just tremendous work on the perimeter.
And good. That's a friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
This guy not just a jump shooter now. Dennis Schroeder more than happy to get inside and mix it up.
Barnes against Tatum. Outside, White. From deep. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now, quickly. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. And that one's good, Barnes.
Oh, my goodness. What an answer from Scotty Barnes. Drills the comeback triple. Stop it.
When you think about Scotty Barnes, Doris, it's amazing how good he already is.
Kev, it's remarkable that he can affect almost every aspect of the game at a high level. Meaning, he can guard the opponent's best player. But he can also fill up the box score on the offensive end. Points, assists, rebounds, he can do it all.
And here is Barnes, following the three-pointer by Derek White.
And you will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
They get it back. And the basket by Tatum.
Well, size and skill. Tatum on the interior, yes, sir.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Chicago Bulls. Onside, Barrett. Back to Barnes. Lets it go with the three. Hits the three-point bomb. Barnes has got 6 points.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
Toronto, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys. Well, Smooth in the last game against the Bulls was huge. He scored 31 points and was reliable as ever from distance. It was incredible watching him dominate like that, showing why he's considered a star in this league. Guys?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
And here is Mitchell after the three-pointer from Tyler. Barnes kicks to Barrett. And it's off from three-point range. Boston leading by 5. Tatum on the wing. Pass to Tyler. It's 6. Beyond the arc. Tyler, no good. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Inside, Barnes. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Well, it was Toronto winning their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Here's Tatum. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
I love when Jason Tatum is aggressive to score the basketball. He does a tremendous job keeping his focus.
In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Celtics.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
And that one falls for Tatum.
Well, what's impressive to me about Jason Tatum is how he attacks his weak.
The Raptors making a switch here. Quickly's checked in.
Yeah.
Mitchell with it, and guarded by Capella. Pass to Garuba. Back to Mitchell. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Walsh. Celtics leading by 8. To the wing on the left. Here's Tyler. Cracks in the tray. Tyler's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Celtics.
And off to an incredible start
Right,
here
them
early
niggas put they
from long
tails in
range.
change. They get ready.
Barrett against Brown. Count that one.
Boy, you talk about a
I
gifted
know Chase
finisher.
ran him with
RJ
his
Barrett,
goals and
soft
his
touch on the interior.
I mean, but I guess I know
Celtics
you
have
know
gotten
that's
7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far.
That's his
Excellent
goal.
pace to their offense.
Yeah.
Pass to Walsh. This ball movement by Boston. No good from outside that time from Tyler. Raptors trail by 9. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Quickly looking it over. For 3. A shot, no good. And so it's Boston in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action in just a minute. So far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
On the floor for Boston. Smooth out there with Holiday. Then it's Clint Capella. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Walsh in at the 4-man position.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense. But you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
Now here is Holiday after the miss from Tyler. Pass to Capella. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen. Quickly with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Here's Abaji, and Capella sends it back.
Opponents have to be careful when Capella's in the area. What an impressive display of timing.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket for Mitchell. Boston's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Here's the 3. Hits it from three-point range.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Boston leading by 7. Tatum passes to Tyler. Outside, White. Stolen by Mitchell. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Shea. Rebound, Boston.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Tyler. No good on the 3.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Tatum against Barnes. Over Tatum. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Barnes has got 8 points.
You can see the confidence in that jumper building and building for Scotty Barnes.
Here's Tyler, covered by Mitchell. The kick out to Tatum. This one for 3, and the 3 ball is good. He's got 8.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Pass to Mitchell. Here's Pirtle. The 3 from Barnes. Rebounded by Capella.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's White missing.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Hey, Doris, how has Scotty Barnes advanced his game since being named Rookie of the Year back in 2022?
Well, all the physical skills are there for him. Tremendous athlete, cross-positional defensively. I think what happens for young players is they start to read the progressions of the game more quickly. Now you can put the ball in his hands, let him be a decision maker. This guy is a stat stuffer.
And the Celtics making a change here. Porzingis is checked in. Raptors trail by 6. Here's Schroeder. And he banks in the layup. Schroeder's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Tatum's shot is off. Raptors are gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the 2nd quarter. Quickly with it. He's picked up by White. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, when Dennis Schroeder is in attack mode, he is skilled enough to get the defense to overcommit.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
You know, I think one of the important things for Dennis Schroeder is to keep trying to become more and more efficient. Let his offense come naturally and improve as a distributor.
If you people you would love to what? Well, honor don't show up on my algorithm, so.
Schroeder hits them both.
And these
And
days,
working
people
Kevin
more looking
themselves
than
to the
posting.
line here in the 2nd. A nice way to get your offense going.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's good from long range.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the 3s in time.
Faster quickly. Schroeder with a screen on White. Back to Schroeder. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Schroeder's got 8.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The kick out to Tatum. And Smooth is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
With 1 on the clock, the shot missing. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 3. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto.
Hello there, folks. Toronto Raptors in our featured matchup, which has not disappointed.
They found an advantage in the painted area, and they're exploiting it. I just say keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, please don't fix it.
And let's move on and see the top vote getters in this year's All-Star race.
Well, these are very early returns, but even so, you can see who the fans are excited to see play.
A lot of these guys deserve the votes, but there's some big names missing. Come on, America, do better.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Here's Barnes. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Emmanuel quickly out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the groove starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Barnes sends it back.
Get those long arms to work, Scotty Barnes. Send it back, young sir.
Shoots the 3. And he hits it from deep. 3 points there from Tyler. Tyler's got the first bucket of the third here for the Celtics. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Raptors. 6-point game. You know, Doris, few teams have tried to invite Brown to be a shooter. He's punished them each and every time.
And he's had to put in the work, Kevin, to make himself a legit perimeter threat. And listen, the defense has to make choices. Athletically, this is one of the most gifted players in the league. If you're going to concede anything to Jalen, it'd probably be the 3-point shot.
Now Schroeder, after Jason Tatum missed on that last 3-pointer. Back to Barrett. And it's White with the rebound. Celtics leading by 3. Brown with it, now guarded by Pirtle. Here's Tyler. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Now here's Barnes. 10 points for him. Schroeder outside. Barnes kicks to quickly. Clock is at 3. Shoots over White. And it's quickly missing. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Tyler. Buries it from 3-point range. Tyler's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Celtics.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And it's Schroeder missing.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Some solid defense from Brown.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Changes here for the Raptors. Abaji's checked in, and Davion Mitchell subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for the Celtics. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Quickly with a wide open look. And the Raptors miss again. Celtics leading by 8. Pass to Tyler. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Oh, good with the triple.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Hurdle finds quickly. And again, no good by Toronto. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
.143 left in the third. Raptors trail by 11. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Shed. He has yet to score. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really, right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now is massive.
Good on the triple.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. He's checked in for Toronto. Then for the Celtics, Clint Capella comes in for Porzingis, and Karis LeVert subbed in for Jaylen Brown. .109 left to play in the third. Here's Shed. Excellent D there from Holiday.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Now here's Tatum. 14 points, their largest lead in the game.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
There it finds Mitchell. They need this. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Tyler. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his first personal.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Tyler. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Garuba, he's checked in for R.J. Barrett. Boston also with the sub. Walsh is checked in. Both free throws good from Tyler.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
3-second difference between shot clock and game. Here's Shed. Nothing on the board. Up and in on the layup.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
Holiday dishes to Tyler. Pass to Walsh. Buries the long-range jumper. Walsh has got 6.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And so it's Boston, out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Going out now with a whole new group.
Get in there.
On the court for the Celtics. White in at shooting guard with Brown playing small forward. The post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Tyler in at the point. Outside Tatum. Out to White. Here's Tyler. Offline with his 3. Raptors trail by 19. Schroeder outside. Pass to Barnes. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Tyler. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And that one's good. Barnes.
This guy is such a phenomenal scorer. Scotty Barnes feeling very good right now.
Celtics leading by 19 points. Here's Porzingis. Pass to Tyler. Outside Tatum. Out left to the wing. Launches it. A 3-pointer is right on target. 31 points for Smooth.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc. A key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection. Swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Boston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Tatum no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Now, here's Quickly. Covered by Tyler. And that one's good. Quickly.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Boston.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Smooth.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
On offense, here are the Celtics. Pass to Tyler. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
The line for one.
shot.
Here's the Raptors with the ball. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Barnes for 3. Rebound, Boston. Here's Tyler. He's guarded by Schroeder. There's the 3. A nice shot by Tyler.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Dorisburg, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
What I'm talking about. Good job, MP. See. Game time, MP. You ready to put that work in?